Welcome back, guys, to another no-roll guide. Again, disclaimer, I am not the greatest player on earth. I just have some knowledge on some bosses throughout the series. More so Dark Souls 1 and 2. A little bit of Demon Souls, and a little bit of Elden Ring. I'm still learning Elden Ring since it's so new. But Tree Sentinel, you can get a swing or two in before. Now, I wanted to show me die here that I get hit by that attack. Now, if you stick to his side, you will not get hit. His swing will go right over you. So you can get an attack or two in. If this is a... what sword is this? The broadsword. Get maybe 3 attacks in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and then stick to his body. See, I don't get hit. It goes right over my head. That attack, you're always going to want to stay away from. Just outdistance it. Same with this, but you want to curve away from him. See, that's too close. Curve to the side, see? Cut to the left. That's the only thing. So when you want to attack him, you want to be on his shield side. Either be behind the horse or on his shield side. The only thing that he can do from that side is that move right there. It's from his halberd side. That's the only thing you have to worry about on his shield side, though. So you want to always be on his shield side for his first phase. And then it's going to change come phase 2 when he starts using his AoE jump. When he jumps up and crashes down and there's an AoE. Now, as I mentioned in if you saw my guide for how to no-roll MARGIT, the Fell Omen, I mentioned that the inclusion of the jump button in Elden Ring adds just one more little layer of restriction that you can, as challenge runners, that we can add. And you can choose to do the same thing here. You can do this fight either with jumping or without jumping. This move here, if you go right in between him, you have to be, it's kind of tight, but you'll be able to go right between the halberd and his horse. See if I can do it again here. That, cut to the side for that one. That one you always outdistance. Up, didn't get there in time. But, so, you can do this with jumping or without jumping. The only difference between not jumping and jumping for the kill for this is for the AoEs in part 2. Now when we get to, in phase 2, now when we get to phase 2, you'll see that you get very passive with him. It's not that fun of a fight. Compared to MARGIT, it's a lot of fun. Get 3 attacks in, stick to his side, so it goes over your head. This one, didn't work that time. So you have to have the angle just right. It is very tricky, actually, when to get the hang of that. You can always also outdistance it, of course. You can just run away from it and to the left, away from it. I like to use that in-between strafe, just like in a pinch. Like if the terrain threw me off and then I see that he's doing that, and like split second I have to decide to do that strafe. Most of the time, otherwise I'll just outdistance it. That move right there, you're going to get on this side of the horse, behind him. Now some moves the horse, when the horse is in the air, you can be under the horse when he comes down. Some you cannot. That was just a stupid mistake. But anything, there are moves that he can miss you with if you cling to him on his halberd side, but it's very inconsistent. Like, there's a few moves, but it's not even worth it when you have the other side of him that's so much safer to be on. So let's see here. Do the opening 3. What? Missed 2, 3. Stick to him. Goes over your head. There you go. Right in between them. There's the outdistance. Try to get back around him. Oop, you got me. Right through. That move does not have that big of a hitbox. The sideways move, when the horse hits you sideways. Think of Margit's tail spin hitbox. How short it is. It's very, very forgiving. So it's like, I've had times that I was right on the border of the side of the horse and the front of the horse, and I still dodged it fine. These things I like to break, just in case, because a lot of times you can bring the fight up here. Stuck to him. Ground, that's a good move to gap close. Always be prepared to have to circle the other way, though. It's almost kind of like Margit. And like I said in the video for Margit, there are a lot of strategies that, for no rolling, that transfer from one boss to many bosses in the series. So the hitboxes are pretty damn good in this game for the most part. That's the one thing you want to be worried about on that side. She shouldn't be on that side anyway, because that's his halberd side. But as you notice, you can get a lot of damage in. There's a lot of opportunities if you just circle around him and keep staying by the horse's back leg on his shield side. Then when it slows down is phase 2, when he starts with the jump in the air, hit the ground, shield AoE. Now that's when you can decide if you want to do this kill with jumping or without jumping. With jumping, you can just jump over it. Otherwise, you have to do it by outdistancing the AoE. And because there is a timer, a cooldown timer on the AoE, so after a while, after he uses the AoE and it runs out, he can do those attacks, but in the shield bash, but it won't have any AoE attached to it. It has a cooldown. I'm not sure how long the cooldown is for, which is why you're forced to play very passively. And sorry for dying there, I was focusing on what I was saying. But, yeah, so you tend to have to just run in, get a hit or two in, and then get out, because you're not sure when he's going to either do the horse jump, the short jump, with the AoE, or if he's going to do his big jump, or if he's going to do the shield bash. So it's better to just, if you're not going to jump, to be very passive in phase 2. If you're going to jump, then it's no issue. See, I attacked once too many there, which is why I got hit. See the terrain? The terrain is going to be your biggest enemy here also. The terrain is by far, like, the biggest issue here. Which is why I've seen some people bring them up closer to the church here. It's another reason why I break these things. Just because the last thing you want is getting close to the kill, then you're running, and then you get stuck on the fence. Stick close to him. Goes over his head. Over your head. Rush in. Go around him. But yeah, the more no-roll bosses you do, you'll be very familiar with this pattern of running to and around. Being there and then running to. Oh, I didn't mean to jump right there. Oh, oops. Oh, here comes the move. Right through. I love that strafe though when you do pull it off after you get the hang of it. Now, as for locking on or off, I very rarely lock on in this fight. I honestly don't even know why I'm locking on right now, or it just was. But of course, whatever's more comfortable for you. I know some people who do a lot of no-roll kills with being locked on. See, that went over me there. I just wanted to get the AoE shown. But that's what I was saying a little earlier, that some of the attacks, if you cling close to him on his halberd side, can go over you. I'm just not 100% on if certain ones are 100% consistent. I believe that I would assume that the terrain would have something to do with it as well, making it vary on how consistent it might be. Alright. Through it. Oops. That shit. Come on, buddy. It's a nice area. See, like that one went through. I actually almost got this kill once. I was close to getting it. Had 2 or 3 hits to go on Tree Sentinel, and one of the goats fucking rolled into me. I guess, see, the terrain. See, the terrain is always an issue. So always try to pull him somewhere more out in the open if you can. But yeah, goat rolled into me and hit me, and it was I lost the attempt because it wouldn't have been flawless. Oop. See, I stayed on his halberd side. And that's why I give the disclaimer, there are so many better players out there. I just nobody really out there doing this, like teaching no-roll strats. So I figured, hey, for the ones that I've done and the ones I've been practicing and stuff, and I know pretty much in and out, why not? Just spread the knowledge. Because I guarantee anybody can do these kills without rolling. These Margit and Tree Sentinel and Godric. Any one of you can do this. It's just more practice, like usual, like when you're first learning a boss for the first time. Distance. Oh, come on. Oh, see, that's why I don't like locked on for that. It's weird. But always, if you're new to no roll and stuff, try it locked on, try it locked off, and see what feels more comfortable for you. Some bosses, it just helps. Pays off to stay locked on. Sometimes you'll be locked on for certain moves and locked off the rest of the time, or some people just don't lock on at all. Some people always lock on. It's just up to the player. 1, 2, 3, to his side, goes over me, outdistance that, go around his side. Yeah, see, I couldn't see because of the bush. I was kind of just gonna Hail Mary it there. If anyone saw my MARGIT guide and it helped them in any way and they ended up getting the kill, I'd love to see it. Definitely post it in the comment section for the MARGIT video. And likewise, after this video is recorded and up, if you get the Tree Sentinel kill, definitely let me know. And don't do that in the kill, or you will be dead. But I will put, at the end of the video, I will put a link to a few people in the Challenge Run community who are just unbelievable players. And you can check their channels out, see some of the unreal kills they've been doing in Elden Ring and in all the games in the series. So go around him, stay by his side, go away, don't get stuck under the horse, because like I said, I'm not sure what attacks when the horse lands hurt you and what attacks when he lands they don't. I'm sure it's something simple I'm not noticing, like maybe it's the animation or something. See, when he stomps there, that's one of the ones that would hurt you. But I wonder if there's got to be an animation difference. Oops, no. Okay. Alright, I want to get us to phase 2. That way we can, let's go to phase 2 now and we can see the AoEs. So basically, we'll go over real quick. You can get in about 3 to 4 hits depending on your weapon. If you're using the Clean Rod Night Sword, which this broadsword's +0, you'd want to use the Clean Rod Night Sword for that you can get from the Clean Rod Knights in Aeonian Swamp in Caelid. That's pretty much, I believe, the most effective weapon for +0 soul level, rune level 1. So you can go grab one of those. You could probably, I'm sure you can get 4 or maybe 5 hits in leading up to him before he can start his first attack. And then you want to stick to his body. See, I waited too long because I did a running attack. But then you just want to get to his side or behind the horse. He doesn't have a kickback move. And then that, yeah, you gotta watch out for that move. But like I said, it has a very forgiving hitbox. That's me getting smushed, right? Yeah, not that forgiving. Oh, I see. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to be stuck attacking underneath the horse. Because if it's one of those attacks that it does damage you, it's going to kill you. That's right, I forgot to show off my stats. Level 1. I think I showed the broadsword. That was Margit's video. Yeah, okay. So, yep, +0 weapon. And I'm sure Tree Sentinel is weaker to blunt attacks. Actually, let's try that. Let's try the club. Even though I hate this starting club. Alright, I can only attack 3 times still with that. You can also do that. For that swing move, if you're in front of him, you can go right under it and around. I'll try to do it again. Nope, not right now though. But yeah, if you see him about to do that swing move, you can go around the horse to his side. I love Farah Missoula. What a beautiful area. Now you can stun him, and then you just get another attack on him. So if you just get a charged R2 stun, then do another charged R2. If he hops to the side like that, he's gonna start his animation later, so you can get an extra hit or 2 in. Right there, stagger. It's good on staggers, this club though. Alright. Couldn't see. The camera control was not good there. Oh, got hit there. Oh, okay. Almost got to phase 2 there. That's right there is the jump. That's where you want to decide if you want to do no jump or a jump. Now you could still get hit. I'm pretty sure you could still take damage if you do a jump attack and you're right near him. You still have to be away from him, even if you're in the air at the very beginning. I'll try to show that off. Like you have to jump, you have to be a little bit away from him. Sorry, so I keep forgetting 3 times for this weapon. See how I slipped right by the horse like that? That's what I mean about the hitbox there. It's a very forgiving hitbox. That's that move I showed earlier, where you can circle around him, the front of the horse. Alright. So, 3 times with the club to start off, unless he hops to the side. I'll try to see to get him to do that again. And guys, if these guides are helping you at all, definitely would appreciate a subscription. Even if you're not a horror fan, which is the majority of my content, it'd be nice to have you around and join the club. Like I said, I stream Souls all the time. Up. Got it there. That move you can go under. So that if you're gap closing, running close to him, you can go under him, like right there. Yep. Come on. Keep missing. Oops. Horse got me. If there's any bosses you guys would like to have a video out for, or anything I know, I'll definitely get that done. So leave it in the comments if there's any bosses throughout the series. Dark Souls 3 is the only game I haven't really messed around with no roll yet. Except for Udix Gundyr, I just randomly did him the other night. Oops, that was 4 times. Oops, dead. And that's what a lot of this is, guys. Like, for those who aren't challenge runners or just getting into it, you're going to see a lot of deaths. A lot. Like, depending on the boss, but you will be dying a lot. If you thought that you died a lot, like on regular playthroughs, like, you're going to be dying a lot more than that. But just like every death in a normal playthrough, you'll learn something every time. Great. Stay under him. Horse move. Ah, shit. I got stuck under him. Alright, now let's get to phase 2 so we can see the jump attacks. I like the club for Tree Sentinel, actually. That or maybe the Morning Star or a mace. Alright, so I can't do I tried 2 charged R2s. So I can do, not charged R2s, 2 R2s and an R1. So I can only do 2 R2s. And that's what a lot of this is too, is especially as you try to figure some bosses out for yourself, is testing, alright, this attack here, his weapon's coming from that side, maybe if I get around him before he swings, test it. If it works, alright, that's likely the strafe for it. Doesn't work, try the other direction. Then see, alright, I can hit twice with this weapon. Alright, try. Nope, I can't. I can only get an R1 in, or an one R2 at the most. And then you keep building that knowledge, and then before you know it, you know the boss is AI. And honestly, like, knowing the AI so well, like when you're learning no-roll strats, it really just shows how in-depth and complex the From Software's combat really is. Like, it really is amazing combat system. There we go. So yeah, you get a stun and then you'll get a regular attack like that. See, that's me outdistancing it. Yeah, you can go around it like that. Should we use the move around now? Oop. Now it's gonna use it? No. Now it should. Now if you want to jump, you can get 2 attacks in there. But you gotta jump and watch the shield bash now. Now the shield side isn't safe. He usually, most of the times, especially if you're at a distance when you're not jumping, he'll use the shield bash, the charged shield bash just there, right after the first time he does the jump in the air attack and slam down. So usually if you see that first jump, the next move after that, a lot of times will be the charged shield bash. Oops. Went right through him. That is a very satisfying strafe, though. Oops. There's that. See how you slip around it? Oops. I don't know why I thought I was safe there. Oops. For some reason, I didn't know his health was getting to that area. Around, yeah, right around a little, maybe like 60% health is when he'll bust out that jump. That's the little horse jump. That also has an AoE. But notice there how it didn't have the AoE effect? That's what I was talking about earlier, saying that it has a cooldown timer on it. So after the initial AoE and the shield bash and stuff, once you see it runs out, it's going to be cooled down for a certain amount of time. I'm not sure how long, or if it varies, or if it depends on something else, I don't know. Oopsies. I was getting greedy there. Oops. Another stagger. Now, if you want to not jump, you're gonna want to do this. Just run away. Now, for the shield bash again. See how he follows up with the shield bash? Oh, that's a move you don't see that often. But see, notice how he does follow up the jump attack with the shield bash fairly often. It seems more often, like I said, when you're at range a bit, maybe as as a gap close. Stay up against him. Oops. guess it does feel decent to lock on for this boss. Just to stay closer to him, like distance-wise. It does seem to help a bit. But like I said, you'll see, what might be good for me is not as good for someone else. Plus, sometimes some of the strafes look different, like locked on versus locked off. Like just there when I went under that swing. Oops. See, I went under those two attacks there. Oops. I think it's starting to make a little sense. I'm hoping, guys. Let's try and get him to phase 2 again. So we can test out more jump versus no jump. That's when you can attack him more. But I didn't know it had that animation at the end of all those R1s you can do, so. But you can when he jumps like that, when he shuffles to the side at the beginning, you get an extra attack or 2 in. Oh, come back here. No, don't do that to me. Alright. And of course, guys, if you're new to challenge running, if you've never even done like a level 1 run or anything, you could practice these no-roll strats, you know, on a level character, of course. And just get the strats down until you have it down so well that you can move to a level 1 character and then practice it on that, and it'll be a lot less frustrating. It's definitely, this is hard stuff to do. It's not the average player doesn't do these things. Which is actually amazing when you look at the achievements or trophies for the Souls games. Oops. So, for all the games, I think, like, just for people, the percentage who beat like the second boss in each game is like 60 to 70%. Like the end boss of each game, I think, is somewhere like 10 to 20%. That's crazy when you think about it. That means that of all the copies that Elden Ring sold, 10 to 20% of players beat the game. Like that. Same with Bloodborne, with Gehrman. Like at all the games, that's unreal to me. But we know how devastating these games can be, especially if it's your first. Oops. Oops. Alright, so let's get to phase 2. Show off a few more of those jump attack moves. But you can see how in phase 2 with the jumping attacks, why if you're choosing to not jump in your kill, how it could be a lot more passive. Because you don't know when he's going to leap in the air. And you have to be run away already by that point. Oh, come on, I wanted that. Oh, no, you got stuck under him. That will happen a decent amount for you at the beginning, for most of you. Obviously, everything doesn't happen for everybody, but getting used to how wide his like his box is, the horse, and how wide you have to go when you're underneath him to get out from under him. It can be tricky at first. You'll find yourself getting caught under him a few times. And another thing I don't think that I mentioned in my MARGIT video, but is definitely a true sentiment, is that once you practice some of these bosses without rolling, some of the moves, you're gonna forever from then on, whether you're doing no roll or not or anything, you're gonna use the no roll strat because it's easier and it conserves stamina. And there's a particular example in Godric's fight, which I will be having a video out on Godric next. But like for this move now, like that's what I'll do most of the time. Oops. Like most of the time I see that running move, if I'm far from him for some reason, I'm going to run through it. Why roll? Same with a lot of his moves. And you'll notice that the more bosses that you attempt and try without rolling. Stick to him, goes over my head, go through him, around him. Nope. He's easy to stun, but he's not. See, that went over my head, but that's something you don't want to risk. Stun, being on that side, but like I said, some moves can go over your head. But like again, I'm sure the terrain does play a factor of some sort. Nope. Get away from me. Come on. Do the right thing, do the right thing. Oh, come on. I want to get another stun on you. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, now see, I jumped too close to him. That's what I was saying at the very beginning when I was talking about the jumps. But now you don't know when he's going to use that jump. So I'd have to go in and hit him. And then get out of there. See? But that time it didn't have his AoE. It's on the cooldown timer. So now you can see the benefit, you know, the pros and cons versus using jump or restricting yourself with jump also, is that you're going to have a lot more of a passive fight with restricting yourself from being able to jump. Because you're going to have to just go in, bait a move, you know, hit once or twice and get out. Just in case that he does use one of those moves. With jumping, you can just obviously jump, still be right there. And in the event that he does one of those moves, you're just a jump button away. Do the hoop. Oops, I don't know where the fuck I was aiming there. There we go. That's how distancing it instead. Get out of there. Can't see shit in the dark. Really? Oh, why'd I fuck that up? I went in, I wasn't supposed to. Alright. Good. I was gonna say, I didn't want that to be the kill. Flawed. So you can see how it's almost like a dance. The way I think of like the no-roll strategies is kind of funny, but I have a young daughter, I'm 9 years old, and excuse me, we used to play Bop It, the game Bop It. I sort of think of it as that each move is like, one move is Bop It, one move is Twist It, one move is Pull It. So I stick under them, and I say, alright, Bop It is going under the halberd for that move. Pull It is running away. And like Twist It would be running away from these moves, baiting these attacks. As stupid as it sounds, it does start to make sense. And sticks in your head easier. So then every time you see the attack start up, you're just, after practicing for a certain amount of time, whether it be an hour or two, 10 hours, whatever it is, and whatever the boss is, it'll just start to be second nature. It's like, Bop It, all right, this move, all right, this strafe, all right, this way, and then it's a matter of time before you get the kill. 2, 3, stick under him, pull. Up. Slamming. Oops. But yeah, you can see how the terrain can become a pain in the ass. And don't even ask me about Draconic Tree Sentinel, because I did not even attempt to yet. I did. I attempted it twice. I got my ass handed to me. Ooh, take that, Tree Sentinel. Now let's try again without jumping. He's gonna do that. Go in and attack. Oops. But see, you don't know when he's going to pull out one of those jump moves. And the most sneaky one of all is the horse jump. When he leans back and it looks like he's just doing his regular lean back on the horse, and then the horse stomps down in front, and that has an AoE effect. That's pretty much the trickiest one. Ah, see, you got the AoE. But alright guys, I'm about to hit the hour mark. That's all it lets me record on PlayStation. Let me know if this helped at all, any of these tips. Let me know if you use some of these strafes in normal gameplay now. If then now you realize that it's a lot easier than rolling, conserve stamina. Let me know. Let me know if this was helpful at all. Let me know if there's any bosses in the series you'd like to see in a video like this on. And thanks for watching. Alright, wherever you're from, hoping you're having a great morning, afternoon, or night. And I'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care.